Welcome to my channel. For our new friends joining this channel, my name is Ejibola Adetokunbo Taiwo, a banker turned entrepreneur, but my friends call me the retail queen. My friends and I had a conversation about the Herbert Wigwe's death. Herbert Wigwe is the group CEO of Access Bank, who amongst 5 others were on board the helicopter that crashed at the San Bernardino County in the US. There was no survivor. Amongst the 5 that died along with him was his wife and son. This is a painful exit, a tragic and monumental loss to any country. Our conversation was around the business lessons we could learn from the situation that happened on February the 9th, 2024. But before I dive into the 5 points that we highlighted as business lessons, let me tell you a little bit about Herbert Wigwe. Herbert Wigwe, born 15th August 1966, was a Nigerian banker and businessman. He was the group managing director and CEO of Access Bank PLC, one of Nigeria's top 5 banking institutions, after succeeding his business partner, Ejibola Imokwede. In 1990, Wigwe received the British Council Scholarship to study at the University College of North Wales, earning a Masters of Art in Banking and Finance in 1991. He later earned an MSc in Financial Economics from the University of London in 1996. He attended the Harvard Business School Executive Management Program, and in 2018, he received an honorary doctorate from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Wigwe started his career at Cooper and Lybrand and Guaranty Trust Bank before joining Access Bank in 2002. In 2002, Wigwe and his business partner, Ejibola Imokwede, bought Access Bank. Their purchase was delayed over the Central Bank of Nigeria's concern the peers were too young to own a bank. Between 2002 and 2017, the bank grew to become the 4th largest bank in Nigeria. Between 2002 and 2014, he served as the company's deputy managing director. Wigwe also served as the chairman of Access Bank Ghana Limited starting in 2013. From January 2014 until his death, February 9, 2024, he was CEO and Group Managing Director of Access Bank. In 2018, Access Bank merged with competitor Diamond Bank, making it the largest bank in Nigeria. He had planned to expand the bank into Asia in early 2024, but unfortunately, he died on February 9th before any expansion officially launched. Now that we are familiar with the situation, now let's dive into the business lessons that we can take away from this situation as entrepreneurs, as business owners, anywhere in the world. What are the lessons that we can start to put into practice or take into consideration? The first lesson, succession planning. CEO succession planning boosts the performance of any organization. Example of an organization that failed to plan is Microsoft. It took Microsoft 6 months to replace Steve Ballmer because they had no CEO succession plan in place. Microsoft may be one of the world's biggest tech firms, but it still failed to have a plan in place when Steve Ballmer suddenly announced he will be stepping down as CEO in 2013. It took 6 months of uncertainty and a search that took in more than 100 candidates to come full circle and appoint insider Satya Nadella to be Microsoft's 3rd Chief Executive Officer. Losing a CEO without a clear plan for their replacement can usher in a period of uncertainty and apprehension about a company's future performance and even viability. In today's world, we now see investors, the market, rating agencies, regulators, and lenders all now expect to see evidence that board of directors regularly discuss CEO succession planning and ideally have taken steps to ensure they will be able to react should something suddenly happen. There are 4 advantages of having a succession plan in place. Number 1, it makes it easier to replace a retiring CEO or an underperforming CEO, or in Herbert Wigwe's case, a deceased group CEO. Second advantage, it creates a smooth transition when the CEO does go, because the trained and incoming CEO knows where things are and where to pick up when she assumes that role. A good example is pharmaceutical multinational Pfizer, which has been disclosing its succession planning procedure since 1998. The third advantage, a planned approach is likely to lead to a better fit. The fourth advantage, having a plan makes it less likely to appoint an interim CEO. This is the case of Access Bank that has now appointed an active group CEO for the bank following the death of Herbert Wigwe. The second business lesson that we highlighted was the need to have an insurance in place. I'm going to be taking us through 6 essential insurance that any entrepreneur, any business owner, any startup need to consider and to put in place when running their business. 1. General liability insurance. The second type of insurance is the property insurance. The third insurance is the cyber liability insurance. The fourth insurance, the business interruption insurance. The fifth insurance is the directors and officers insurance, otherwise known as the D&O insurance. The sixth insurance is the product liability insurance. The third business lesson that we took away is the importance of having a will. Why should a business owner have a will? The ability to name an executor becomes particularly important when you're a business owner and will need somebody to immediately step into your shoes. Having a will in place means you've selected someone you trust to take over if you are not around, to run things, and most importantly, they know exactly how you want things handled. For those of us that have incorporated companies, you might be asking yourself, does a corporation die when the CEO or any shareholder dies? Firstly, corporations do not die when a shareholder or a CEO or director dies. It remains in existence, and the corporation is required to continue meeting regular business obligations like paying business taxes, paying employees, paying debts, as well as any ongoing contract or transaction that needs attention. If there is no will, then someone will need to apply to administer the deceased estate. And until that appointment is confirmed, the corporation will be left in limbo. As for the deceased shares themselves, there are generally 3 things that would happen to those shares. First, the shares can pass to the beneficiaries named in the will. Secondly, if there is no will, those shares will pass to beneficiaries as set out in the estate legislation. Thirdly, those shares could be transferred to another shareholder or back to the corporation as agreed upon. And of course, any share that is transferred or inherited is subject to any taxes that are payable on those shares. But please note, even though a corporation does not die, when the director or CEO or shareholder dies, That does not mean the estate is obligated to keep the corporation alive. If there are no other shareholders and if the corporation's assets have been completely distributed and there are no remaining liabilities, then the deceased estate can ultimately make the decision to wind the corporation down, thus causing the death of the corporation too. The fourth business lesson that myself and my friends took away from this sad situation of the passing of Herbert Wigwe is the fact that a lot of startups, entrepreneurs, business owners in North America practically do everything themselves. They take decisions alone, they operate their businesses alone, they wear all the hats. Please take a moment to create what I call a CEO private journal. What is a CEO private journal? This is a journal where you write everything you do down, where you keep those essential business login and password codes. This information helps should anything happen to you at any time. Your next of kin can easily track things down and get to understand where you are with the business and how to pick it up from there. They get to understand the stakeholders that are involved in the operations of your business. They also get to understand the contracts, the MOUs or the partnerships that you have going on within your businesses. It reduces the emotional stress on family members who are thinking of the passing and then have to deal with a business concern. The fifth business lesson that we highlighted is the issue of traveling with family members at the same time on the same flight, same day. Traveling with family members isn't a bad thing. However, our takeaway based on this sad situation with Herbert Wigwe and his family is the fact that you need to understand what the weather situation is like where you're traveling to, particularly if you do not live in that country. If you live abroad and you're coming into a new country, it's always very good in understanding the weather condition before you step out, before you fly, or before you travel to anywhere. The Herbert Wigwe situation, we understand that there was a state of emergency. There was a weather condition alert that was sent out. So imagine if they were aware of this situation, would that incident have happened? Knowing the condition of the city you're flying into is very essential. Having this information ahead might help prevent a lot of devastating situations that might affect your business, investors, and family. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Which of the business lessons resonates with you? Which one are you going to implement today? Which one are you going to revisit or to have an update? Is it your insurance? Is it writing of your will? Please take time to reflect on these business lessons and make any adjustment that is needed for your business. I'll see you again on another series on lessons from businesses, one of the Ejibola series on the Ejibola YouTube channel. Before I let you go, please subscribe to this channel so we can continue to give you the best episodes every week. Please do not forget to like, comment, and share with your friends. See you again next time. Dream bigger.